Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Module 5 of EDU 680, Professional Learning in Schools. My name is Dr. Anita Stewart-McCafferty, and I am part of the Ed Leadership faculty at the University of Southern Maine. It's my pleasure to be able to complete an overview for you of this module, where we are going to focus on the power of individual learning. Think about differentiated, personalized, customized professional learning. So far in this course, we have spent quite a bit of time thinking about how do we improve collective efficacy, and really thinking about, in last week's module, the team effectiveness part of it. So how do we create a team that can really be effective? So this week, we don't want to, steer completely away from that idea of the collective, but we want to look at more deeply at the notion of individualized, customized, personalized, differentiated professional learning opportunities that will help to build individual capacity and help to ensure that individuals as well as the collective is able to improve student learning. So our guiding questions for this week are as follows. How do we not lose sight of the power of individual learning? How do we help customize or personalize to differentiate our professional learning opportunities to help everyone move forward with their learning? And how do we honor individual interests and needs, yet ensure that we are all rowing in the same direction towards a meaningful shared purpose? Our two objectives for this module are as follows. To be able to explain how schools and their leaders can create professional learning opportunities that build the individual capacity of each educator. And the second objective is to explain how schools can improve both individual and collective instructional capacity in order to achieve outcomes envisioned for each student's success. So with that in mind, this week, we're going to continue reading our common read, the PLC Plus book, Better Decisions and Greater Impact by Design. And you'll be reading chapter 5, which focuses on the question, what did we learn today? So the 5 questions that are kind of guiding the PLC Plus framework are: where are we going? Where are we now? How do we move learning forward? What did we learn today, which is the focus this week? And then the 5th one that we'll be moving to in future weeks, who benefited and who did not benefit. I want to thank you for your visuals that you posted in Module 4 on the discussion board. Excellent job with those key learnings. It's interesting to see the variety of choices around that visual document, although several of them certainly were a web in a variety, a concept web or a mind map or an interwoven web. And so I appreciated seeing those in addition to the slides and podcasts. It was a great variety. So thank you for that. And your insights from the book and your applications are wonderful to be able to read and view. So I appreciate that. And I want to just encourage you to continue. We're nearly through the book, a couple of chapters left after this. So as you have time, please feel free to continue reading. And I want to highlight once again, for those of you who had purchased the PLC Plus playbook, to move along with that, there are a great set, again, of modules in here, starting with module 14, that are focused around this question for this week. So for those of you who have the playbook, please feel free to continue reading with that. In addition, this week, we have a number of articles and reports that I've curated for you in the reading and materials folder. So a number of them come from Edutopia. There's also a number of readings that come from an organization called EdSurge. And what I want you to be looking at with regards to the EdSurge report and then several of the articles is not necessarily the fact that they are focused on technology and how technology can be used to improve professional learning and to differentiate professional learning, but really to think about the strategies that they're able to talk about. So regardless of whether you use technology to enhance your professional learning, you know, to customize it and personalize it, I think there's a lot that you'll be able to glean from those resources. The report that was put out in 2014 by EdSurge says How Teachers Are Learning. It's a PD remix and an in-depth report on the tools advancing teacher training. And in this particular report, they interviewed or did a survey with 400 educators and then interviewed 50 educators and talked to them about their needs for professional learning and then the tools that they used. And so they review a number of tools, technology tools and resources in that report. And again, it's worth just being knowledgeable about those tools and what they have to offer, while at the same time keeping in mind that this report came out in 2014. So with the advancements of technology and tools, you know, it's hard. As soon as you publish something, you are already behind because new tools have come. But the idea here is just to get a sense of what these tools might be able to do in order to help personalize and customize professional learning. There's also a resource from Education Elements about personalizing professional development. So that will, you know, take care of your reading assignments for this week. And then when we think about your written assignment for this week, it's a two-parter. There's 2 tasks for you. One task is for you to, if you're able, and hopefully you'll be able to, interview 3 of your colleagues, at least 3 of your colleagues. Certainly a digital interview is fine, sending them an email or a text with the prompts, doing a video conference, that will work fine. And you're asked to ask them about their experiences with customized, personalized, differentiated professional learning. And so you're going to ask them the same questions that you will be writing about on the discussion board. So you're asked to ask your colleagues to describe an experience or 2 that they have had with a customized, personalized, differentiated approach to professional learning. And to ask them, how was that experience structured? What, if anything, worked for them about the experience? What, if anything, didn't work for them about the professional learning experience? And what they see as the benefits and drawbacks of customized, personalized, differentiated professional learning. Okay, so that's task 1, is to complete those interviews with your colleagues, and you'll include notes from those interviews with your written submission, your assignment submission. They could be handwritten notes, that's fine. You don't need to, you know, type them all up unless you receive them digitally in that format. I just always like to see what it is that you've received for data, for feedback around those interviews. And so task 2 asks you to think about, after you read this week's articles, the book chapter, the reports, and you reflect on your own experiences as well as the experiences of your colleagues with a customized or individualized or differentiated professional learning experience. Then you're asked to compose a written paper where you respond to the following 2 prompts. Explain how schools and their leaders can create professional learning opportunities that build the individual capacity of each educator. And 2, explain how schools can improve both individual and collective instructional capacity in order to achieve outcomes envisioned for each student's success. And finally, as I mentioned, the discussion board for this week is really for you to have the opportunity to share with your colleagues in class about your experiences with customized and personalized professional learning. I trust that you will enjoy this week as we delve deeper into thinking about how we balance out the needs of the collective with the needs of the individual in our schools. Enjoy. Happy professional learning to you.